Hello, this is going to be a message for Jimmy Gems. Hello, Gemini. This is going to be another reading. Happy birthday for your season. Can you believe it? I got 2 readings out in your season on the flow. I'm getting it, Jimmy Gems. Let me see. I'm gonna just do like everybody says, use the same cards. So I did a collective with these, so. Hold on. I feel chipper. I feel chipper. I feel bubbly. I feel like chill, but chipper. Like, I don't know. I think that's how you're supposed to feel. Let's see. These are kind of dark, Jimmy Gems. So, since we feel chipper, let's bring in that other side. We got to stay balanced, you know? But it's good that we feel chipper. So now we can have a very balanced outlook on what's going to come out. And it doesn't have to be bad. I don't think it's going to be bad at all. I think you are still kicking ass, Jimmy Gems. What do we have for Gemini? June 2025. I'm going to have to shuffle the cards a lot because I'm going to be using them a lot. I don't think I'm going to be able to get through everybody with the same cards. But we'll see. Spring. We are about to come out of spring. So something might happen like within the next couple of days. Or maybe you need to spring into action, Jimmy Gems. And I do feel like that. I feel like ready to spring into action. But I do think something is coming. Something is happening fast. And I think that is a good thing. This feels, and this is at the heart, this feels energetic. It feels innocent. It feels clean, you know, and it's at the heart. And that's how I feel, like chipper, like I was saying. I love it. Maybe you see your angle, yeah, fear. Fear is at the solar plexus. I don't feel that though for you at all. Maybe somebody is trying to project that onto you. They have this hand right here. See this? See the hand right there? It's like somebody trying to make you fearful, but you're not. You're not. You're not fearful at all. You're chipper and clean. Feels so clean. Like, I don't know. I'm drinking like mint tea. These leaves remind me of mint. I feel fresh, Jimmy Gems. I feel fresh, refreshed. Maybe you know about this fear. Maybe you're using this fear. Maybe, you know, like I said something when I came on here. I was like, I feel chipper, but let's bring out the dark side because these cards. Maybe that's how, look, this is your twins. Spring and fear. For real. And maybe you're using both of them. Maybe you're learning how to absorb this fear that somebody is trying to project on you so you can send them back something helliver. Jimmy Gems, you know that you can do that, right? That's one of your gifts. You're the magician. But I'm not going to say too much because I don't want to give away too much. Understanding. I realize that people don't really appreciate that, Jimmy Jams, when you just give it away. Knowledge and stuff like that. You got to make them bow down to the fact that you are that bitch, you know? Wow, Gemini. Maybe that's how you feel. This says understanding at the throat. Maybe that's the understanding that you are putting down. I'm that bitch. Fear, spring, understanding. This is really giving me like goddess of the forest, you know, like, I don't know. It's just giving me like, because it's scary there, you know, but it's also so beautiful in the daytime. In the nighttime, you're like, what the fuck is that? You know, and then with the stars and the rays, it's just like, you get it. This understanding, maybe you're speaking about that. Maybe you're speaking about the balance and bringing your twins together and how you did that. How you were able to balance it. Because, you know, they got us on this polarity bullshit. So heavy. It's like, ugh. You know, I love me some Trump. I do. Everybody hates Trump, but I freaking love Trump, right? Because I understand him. I understand him so, like, he's a Gemini. You have to understand, especially when people are like, oh, these people are a mess. They're a mess. It's like a level you wouldn't stoop to, you know? So it's hard to explain it even, and how low these people go. But he does a great job, and he has support around him, so that's very important. Mirroring and karmic partner. This is at the root. So see what I'm saying about this double. The mirror is the double. I promise you, that's so crazy that I would say that. So something at the creative, something is shocking. I feel like you are bringing out... You are bringing out maybe some stuff about the vampires and the witches. Maybe you're able to speak it in such, understanding at the throat. You're able to speak it in a way that people can understand it. That's a fucking blessing, Jimmy Jim. Excuse my French. That's a freaking blah. See, it doesn't roll right. It's a freaking blessing, okay, man? Sheesh. It's a blessing to be able to articulate things that no one has ever said before, maybe. You know, maybe that's why it's shocking. And that is another one of your gifts. All your gifts are coming out. I ain't telling you nothing else, Jimmy Jams, because you won't even give me my props. You won't even give me my props for the inspiration. You be done went on and forgot about your girl. Let me see. I want you to be able to see everything. And maybe you feel something else as I read the cards. You might see something or be like, oh my God, that reminds me of something in my life, you know, or, you know, this is a general reading, shadow work. I'm telling you, Gemini, did I not say you're pulling your other twin and it's time to pull your twin? It's all these doubles. Look, recognition. Look at the shadows. That's you coming into yourself. This is so powerful to me. This is the best shit. This is like transfiguration. Coming out of this karmic cycle that got us, Ophiuchus energy. The most high, being above the zodiac. I think you are kicking ass still, Jimmy Jims. When are you gonna stop kicking ass, Jimmy Jims? Shit. Send that ass over here. I want to kick some ass. Divine Feminine. There's some doubts, though. Maybe the doubts are the shadow that came out for the collective. Maybe, look at the collective. Doubts came out at the heart. And it's just, I have a card sitting here. I mean, they're, you know. This is crazy. You got the Divine Feminine and then the moon with the dark water. And I was talking about how dark magic, black magic throws off our hormones, you guys. That's why it makes you... is it psychotic? Oh, I don't think it's psychotic. It's like... it's your hormones. It could be your mental, but it's like your... like your whole insides, man. It's like autoimmune, I want to say, kind of, but like you fighting within yourself. Psychological? Is that the same thing as psychotic? I don't know. It's something like that. But that's the kind of imbalance your hormones will bring on, and you're sending out so much dark magic. I've been telling you guys, the moon and the black waters and the fucking blobs of oil and black goo are starting to wash up on the waters, you guys. You're doing too much. You're doing too much. You're doing too much, man. I think it's already done to him. And people aren't going to stop, because that's how black magic is and stuff like that. It's just like anything else, that is a temptation of the spirit, is addictive. You become addictive. Look, understanding these cycles. This is the third eye. Aries energy too, but it's that moon and this moon under here. Look, you get it. Somebody gets it. This understanding, this divine feminine, this dark energy, this energy that's been abused and repressed and made to look like a monster, because it is being coaxed. We're in an enclosed system, right? And we all represent a piece of the earth. And that's what I try to explain to you with the Native American wheel, the medicine wheel and stuff, and how all of the main races represent an energy. And you could tell how these races are being when those elements are, how the elements are looking. You know what I'm saying? It's like, and it's crazy because the white man represents the fire, and he's just burning up. He's burning off his karma and passing it on to everybody else. And they like, oh, everybody's letting them run them. The air is bad. So even the Asian, they're not doing good because the air is so bad. There's disease and stuff in the air, and that's what the witch brings on, pestilence and plague. We just had the COVID, and then Queen Elizabeth died. She was a witch, a druid witch. And that's her thing. But for, you guys. Black women aren't supposed to be involved in that. And then we got all the mixes. And they want to be white, so they bring all of that down into a region, into an energy, into an area that the earth needs, but it's snuffing it out, but the planet needs it. So if you try to snuff it, or it gets too light or too irrelevant, then things start to get unstable, and that's just how it works. We're in an enclosed system, and that's why it's important for us to know our place in that water. They say is the most powerful of all the elements. It's the most mystical. It's the only, Earth is the only place in the cosmos that have water. And it can be gas, it can be liquid, and it can be solid. It's the only element that could do that. It is being all those states. Yeah, gas, like vapor, mist, liquid, and solid, ice. It's the only, it's like such a mystery, and it's magnetic. Like it draws it to itself. You can program it. It's like, water is incredible. There's this documentary called Water, the Great Mystery. Oh my gosh, I'll post it. It is like the best documentary I ever saw. Like hands down. It is the best documentary I have ever seen in my life. It's so good. And it's like an hour and something long, but it's so good because we're like, some of us are up to 95% water. You know, usually between 80, but some of us can get up to 95% water. So that's crazy, you know. And look, with the water and the mirroring and the karmic partner, this is all about the water, you guys. The shadow work even has like the wet ground, you know. The doubts, the divine feminine. Ooh, Jimmy Gems. This feels so dark, but I feel like you're bringing a very light energy to this. Look at your spring, at your heart. Look at all the rest of the cards are really dark, and then this one is like, ah. I love it. I love it. I think it's very you. Very, very much you to bring, you know, the energy up. What do we have for Jimmy Gems? Let's see what this is about. I feel great about this for you. Especially with recognition at the crown. Like, I know who the fuck you are. I mean, sorry. Oof. Lord. Screaming. I didn't mean to pull all these cards either for you, so I'm only gonna, I meant to just pull 3, but I don't know, I kept going, so. It's your birthday. That was the High Priestess in reverse. This is a 4 of Wands in the reverse. So this is about a home, a family, people you live with. Again, it could be the 1111. It could be all of this that I've been talking about. Maybe at some point you were feeling imbalanced, but you got it together. That's what I was saying that you did. King of Wands in the reverse. Yeah, maybe you were dealing with men that were flighty. It was messing with your, maybe you were afraid to deal with men that were going to hold you accountable for yourself because you weren't in a place where you were, you know, and you knew that. Jimmy Gems, you know yourself better than anybody, and you will do that. You will, okay, I'm not going to, you know, because nobody wants to be nagged. They just want to be, you want to be just supported, chill, cool, you know. I think that you guys do end up getting with people that make you kind of level up in a way, but this is giving me that you've been accepting less. You know, you kind of been holding yourself back, and that's because you hadn't been looking at your shadow self, but I don't think that that's how it is anymore. Yeah, you were lying to yourself, Ace of Swords in the reverse. Or listening to lies, not being able to discern because of the fear, because you didn't want to look at it. This happens so much. Like, lying to yourself, not lying, once you get on the path of not lying, I mean, that shit takes a lot because of all of this. The lies we've been told, the lies that we believe. I mean, it goes so deep. Your beliefs change everything. I mean, that is the main thing that everybody should be working on. Being able to be, when you start being honest, it's gonna start unfolding. All the lies I've been told to you now, like, it's like spirit wants you to clean that shit. So, I mean, you start with the little white lies or the lies you tell yourself, or, you know, stuff like that. Dude, that shit just start like a avalanche, you know, like a little snowball, and turns into sheesh. A spirit be like, okay, thank you, you know, and then you see so much. It's like, wow. And I think that that's what's happening here with the shocking. You're like, what the fuck? Shocking came out too in one of the collective readings. The King of Swords. Yeah, men. You were running into men that were liars and cheaters and, you know, trying to outsmart you. This is your counterpart. But it was like, you know what I'm saying? And that's funny. Like, the masculine Geminis were kind of like competing with you, you know? Like, y'all weren't seeing eye to eye on nothing. Or they were trying to one-up you or something like that. Or not give you your props. I said something about that. You gonna take my information and run, Jimmy Gems. You won't even give me my props. I said that. Oh no, Jimmy Gems. Emperor. See? I feel like you did this work. I think that people been lying on you, or somebody has been lying on you, or stealing your information. Something real nasty too with the King of Swords and the King of Wands in the reverse. To me, them is the King of Pentacles could be nasty as hell too. But these two right here, ugh. Because this one's mouth. And to me, a man that's just a gossiping, that tongue, like somebody needs to cut somebody's tongue out. Because they're just a liar. And they cause problems. It's shocking. Somebody like literally might be a vampire. With the red eyes. You see her eyes are red? I don't feel like jumping. I don't. My legs are so sore. And I'm about to go work out after I read for you, so the Star in reverse. So somebody isn't healing. I think that that's these people. Queen of Cups in the upright at the root. I think that's you. Yeah, because we were talking about the waters, and I feel like you are looking at the waters with the mirroring. This swan here. You know, in the water with the moon. This is the Queen of Cups. And this is a karmic partner here, the karmic partners you've been dealing with. Maybe you're shocked about the whole cycle and how things work. Maybe you're seeing how things work. The games that they put you in, these groups, these covens, these societies, these businesses, whatever they want to call themselves. Yeah, and they steal your stability. Your home. Once you go Gemini, once you know something, that's why you springing into action. You like, oh, wait a minute. Is that how it goes? I didn't know it was like that. You know, maybe that's how it is. Maybe you're seeing how things work and you're like, oh, okay, yeah, no. We're going to make sure that this, you know, this ain't going to happen. You got the Five of Pentacles, the Seven of Swords. Look at that. And the Sun. You know somebody done took something that you have been working on. The Seven of Pentacles. The Devil in reverse. You know. You know now. Somebody overdid something with the Nine of Cups in the reverse. They overdid it. You didn't know about this. Maybe you don't believe in this. I said something about your beliefs change when you stop lying to yourself. The lies, I'm telling you, oh my God. Oh my gosh, Jimmy Jones. When you stop lying to yourself or like believing the lies or the bullshit just for society's sake, you know, and then it's like this, you could still go in and be part of society, but you don't really have to be believing stuff, you know? Then you really, it is shocking. It is shocking. I think that you're going to start seeing some things that are really going to surprise you about people that you thought, that you obviously thought were, you know, worth your time. These people are keeping you in cycles of non-healing, of not healing. Sorry, non-healing. I'm gonna go over. I'm not gonna pull a lot of these stuff, because usually I'll pull a lot of these and we'll be here all day, Jimmy Jams, but I want to see, because I think that this is talking about your past more so, and what's gonna happen with what you have been dealing with. Now I want to know like how things are moving forward. Yeah, look at the Knight of Pentacles with this recognition. Something wasn't being recognized. Definitely not in the physical. Maybe it was in the spiritual. Maybe somebody was dream, you know, like coming in your dream state. To me, that's usually the cups, but it could be the freaking, because it messes with your head. I said something about that. Like that dark magic trying to mess with your hormones. The Ace of Pentacles. I feel like you're going to get some kind of reward or something. And the Eight of Cups in the reverse. This is you. Yeah, you're not walking away from something that you built, that you put together. And you're going to get something for it. You're going to get something. Maybe you're thinking about walking away from something, but then you're going to get something for it. This reminds me of Libra's reading too, like being on your last leg and like deciding you're going to get up and go or something, and then look, and then it's a celebration. This Queen of Cups is, yeah. This is like something happening at the last minute though, like right when you say, fuck it, I'm done. You know? And then you get a reward. Like somebody feels that shit. I know that's right with this Five of Pentacles here at the bottom of the deck, because people stealing. Shocking. This King of Swords in the reverse with this Five of Cups in the reverse. I feel like you're coming out of your head. And I feel like this King of Swords would hurt you the most, because, again, you don't like to feel like somebody got over on you or was smarter than you, or, you know, especially when they're not, Jimmy Gems. Especially when they're just really not. Ten of Pentacles, it's like a whole legacy here. You're coming out of your head about it. Maybe you're able to come out of your head about it because you got some kind of something here. Because you are definitely, look, they put you in a poorhouse. And that's that overdoing it somebody did. A Queen of Wands in the reverse. Some hoes, these dudes, these kings in reverse, and they're hoes. They lying to a bunch of women about you. So that I'm telling you, I was talking about all that water. That's what that is. Getting these women to, you know, with their emotions. Look, Five of Cups, emotions. That's that black bile, melancholy. It's that sticky tar like water that, you know, mosquitoes and disease, and there's mold and bacteria and stuff in it. It's a dark water. And that's what these guys are probably magicians in some sense. The Chariot. Somebody had to like really put their Cancer energy, had to really go in their shell. They couldn't think about what anybody was saying, doing, you know, in order to move forward, because people had you broke, trying to put fear on you. Sex magic, I feel like they could be down low. With the lies and the wands, it's like, what you doing with your wand is your business. You ain't got to even say nothing. But stay out of other people's business. The Chariot. The Six of Coins in the reverse. Yes, something isn't fair. Someone's having a victory over this, though, and it was heavy. A King of Cups in the reverse. I said he's the one that be doing, like, playing with your head. This could be a King of Wands that's, like, in his emotions or, like, doesn't know how to control his emotions. It could be drinking. Could be a lot of drinking involved here. Page of Pentacles in the reverse. Yeah, somebody took your money. Put you in this poorhouse, took a house from you. Maybe it took a house from you. Eight of Wands. This is something that happened fast, or something is happening fast. Concerning this, I think because you're something is opening up for you now. You got in this route. I feel like you really started seeing these karmic partners, like it says right here in the mirroring. How you not thinking highly of yourself enough. You were accepting certain things from certain men that you're better than them. I feel like you're recognizing that you were really just kind of working on one. You know, you were hindering yourself by not balancing those twins. The Magician. I said I feel like somebody's a magician here, but this is you. This is your card. We have anybody else? Yeah, we have Cancer. We have Aquarius. That's the only Major Arcana came out. That came out somewhere else too. Was the only card came out was the Star. I don't know if it was in the reverse or not. But in the little cards we got the Magician and we got the Chariot. You could be a cuspy with a Cancer. It's a lot of water here. And people trying to put you in your emotions in the Queen of Cups. It's another reason why I say that. Scorpio energy here with death. Something isn't ending. Maybe because you have an understanding. Maybe you got the understanding now, Gemini, and you ready to play. That shit reminds me of Trump. He knew exactly what he was doing when he came back in. He knew how these people work and everything. That was a mistake to do him like that. Because he knows their games now. And that it ain't no low, they won't go. They just, it's a mess. Queen of Pentacles, somebody's bringing you some kind of, with these lies. Somebody lied on you and stabbed you in the back over some money. Maybe they seen you, she's like about to walk up the ladder, and they just stopped you from going up that ladder. With this Ten of Swords, this moth here, I saw one of those black witch moths. Huge one flew in my house, like right before my aunt died. Jimmy Jims. That shit was crazy, and it was and it was something very karmic that she had did. I talk about it sometimes, how like we both had ovarian cancer at the same time, and it had a lot to do with something that she had did. You guys, you can't be incest and shit like that be making us sick. And that shit will take you out. If you're certain bloodlines, you can't do that shit. It causes hormonal. I don't know how. Hormones can be in the air, though. You know what I'm saying? So we got to understand. Oh, that's magic is in the air all the time with the birds. This shit is about our hormones. Okay. Causing hormonal imbalances. I mean, look at us. Absolutely, it's all this black magic. And they talk about it in all the movies with the witches and how the sicknesses and stuff come with them because they're hoes. They got pimps and stuff. And they spread in disease and stuff like that. Like look at Houston. Hoe capital. That city gets more trafficking and, you know, it's because, and they got more diseases. Well, I think Philly is the only city that's before them with the most, like, sexually transmitted diseases and all that black magic they're doing down there. The Knight of Swords in the reverse. Yeah, somebody is lying on you, is saying horrible things about you behind your back. In a way where you can't defend yourself. And trying to put fear on you, so you're afraid to defend yourself. Like some punk ass, scary ass, coward ass. Excuse my French. Six of Swords. Was this in reverse? Yeah, it was in reverse. Somebody can't move on to calm where I think somebody's sick. The Ten of Wands. Yes, something is a burden. Somebody is sick. And I think that you cycled out of this and now somebody has to carry their own burdens, Gemini. You were carrying someone's burdens. That's why they were talking bad about you. Saying that you're doing the shit they doing. You know, so people could be looking at you crazy and then, you know, giving them your blessings. Switching with you because you're the Queen of Coins. That came out right here too. Somebody tried to just like while you were walking up that ladder, just stab you up. Try to cover you, hide you in the bushes. It's crazy. That one came out first, so I'm going to keep it. Justice in reverse with this Knight of Pentacles in reverse. Sorry. I mean, sorry. I'm not supposed to do that either. It's frustrating. It's frustrating. I feel like you're going to bring something out, though. It's so many lies and things that the Justice isn't able to. The Emperor in reverse. Yeah, and these people are in high positions. Jimmy Jims. Oh, this is a mess. The High Priestess. Yeah, these groups are in high positions. And they're causing you injustice. They're doing it on purpose. They know what they're doing. This feels like that other reading, like something is karmic. You have to just let it cycle out. But a lot right now, business, a lot of businesses, bosses are up under judgment. Wheel of Fortune. Something said, look at the bottom of the deck. I'm pulling it out. Wheel of Fortune. Something is about to go in your favor. Even though, and like I said, this is very karmic. I just said that. It's like you have to let something cycle out. You have it here with the cycles. I feel like people are going to start getting sick. Their own problems, their own everything that they're doing, because that's what happens. And I was talking about that psychological and how the hormones, oh my gosh, Gemini. I've been talking about that. And this is what happens. What you say, how you act, everything you do contributes to your health. Physically, emotionally. If you're such a fucking liar, your body you will get autoimmune. Your body will start attacking itself because now you're such a fucking liar that your body doesn't know what to do with itself. You can't do that. Like, you hear your own voice when you speak. So every lie that you speak, your body hears that. And it's like, okay, it's like a disconnect. So it's like, I know that person is lying, but is this what they want? You know what I'm saying? Or is this not what they want? It messes up your manifestation. How are you going to manifest anything when you're a liar and things aren't, you know, I don't know how to say it. Think like your inner it's not adding up with your outer because you're lying in the first place. So it's not really resonating that deep with you because you're a liar, you see? And it's just these groups that allow people to even go this long, but that's not going to keep you from getting the karma from going this long and getting more than you would have gotten, you know, had you not clicked up with these faulty, shady, nefarious, you know, these people are trying to take the country down. And then when there is no more America and all the rest of the, and it's like everything else, then there's going to be nowhere else to go. You got to protect what's good, you know, you really do. Judgment. You got the Knight of Wands here. I feel like this is you. This spring action, something is going in your favor. You see something now, and that's all that has to happen for the wheel to change. As soon as you know, and you start making those small changes, like again, I said, like an avalanche, it just gets bigger and bigger both ways. You know, that happens to you on the negative, but it also happens on the positive. You got to start with the small things every day. You really do. The small lies. I'm talking to Gemini, so I feel like communication, judgment, nice. Look, 2 of Cups. Jimmy Gems, you have definitely the Lovers in the reverse. I feel like that's karmic, but that's your card. The Fool. You got a new start, Justice. See, you got this 2 of Cups. To me, the 2 of Cups is better than the Lovers. You know, the Lovers to me is you coming into yourself. Like what we've been talking about, the 2 of Cups to me is better than that karmic thing because we have 2 flame. We need 2 flames. A twin flame is someone that's trying to pull from your flame or take it, you know, and have you, you know, busted and disgusted. That's what it is. And they want to keep us looking for our other half outside of ourselves. And it's not outside of ourselves. This is what I have, Jimmy Gems. Your reading is long, but it's your birthday, so it's okay. I didn't mean to do all the chakra cards, but I did. So I hope that you enjoyed it. I hope that it answered some things for you, and I will see you next time. Peace.